So as of now, we are able to run this get method as well as get all method. That's it. Two methods I am able to call. Rest of the method I will call with the help of Postman. So Postman is nothing but a REST client by which we can use different HTTP methods because we have different HTTP methods over here. Get, put, post, delete, everything. So for that purpose, we required Postman as well. As a backend developer, you might have aware about the Postman. If you don't have idea, I will show you how you can download Postman and how you can use that Postman. So type Postman install or download. Click here and the very first link you will see, and if you see here Windows 64-bit and install and download. I will pause this video for some time once it is downloaded. So now it is downloaded. Now open this folder and run this setup. Just double click on this. That's it. And go to the next. That's it. So it is installing the Postman. I don't want to create anything. Why it is asking? I want to skip this one. You can click here and you can just start your work here. Just click here, new, and this is my HTTP request and get request. So here in the Chrome, if you see, this is my request. This is my get request. So paste this get request here and just try to run this. If you see here, it is returning all the data in the form of JSON. So it is a JSON array. JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. I want to access only one element. It is returning only one element at a time. So these are the method which we have written with the help of ChatGPT in the controller, and for every controller it is returning the, so the return type of this method is single user. That's why you are able to see only single user, and the return type this particular method is list of user. That's why you are able to see the array. Here it is an array and it array contains users object. Okay, here is the difference. Now get method is working as expected. Now I want to create an user. So we have only three users as of now and I want to add one more user. So here I will copy this user from here and go to this body part, and here in the raw I will paste this particular user, and instead of text I will use JSON, JavaScript object notation. So now I want to beautify this. Now it is looking fine, and now my user ID is 4 and the name is Raj and the email ID is raj@example.com. So this user I want to add. So the method, what method we are using to create a user, that is nothing but a post mapping. So here I will use this HTTP post method here. And if you see, we doesn't have any mapping here. So we can use the same request mapping URL to post the user. I mean to say that add the user as well. Okay. So here if I try to hit, it might give some error. Let's try. Okay, it is not giving any error. It is adding the element, I guess. So now instead of this method, I want to get the user which has ID 4. So now it is returning the same user which we have added. We are getting the second user. Now I want to add more element like 5 is Kumar, and here I need to just change the post and remove this 2 from here so that it will add this. So it is added. Now the post method is working fine. We have tested. Okay, let's put the mapping. Put mapping will work for updating the user. So I want to update the user, and here we require extra ID and some user object as well. Okay, let's see what user I want to update. Let's run this. So this is not post get mapping. In the get mapping on, I want to change this first username. Okay, I want to use the name as minor activity and here is email ID. Okay, so I would like to use this put method. Put method will update the user. Here if you see, this is put mapping. Okay, and I need to pass the user as well, and I want to update the first user. So user ID is one only, and name something like this. Okay, so just zoom it so that you can see easily. Now send this. So it has been updated. Now I will try to run this cat mapping here and we'll see what is the output. It is updated successfully. If you want to delete some user, let's say I want to delete the second user. Who's the second? This is the second user and I want to delete this. So if you see here the delete mapping, we just need to pass the ID and it will delete the particular user. So I will use this delete method of HTTP and I want to delete this user. Now it is a void method, I guess. Okay. The void method, it is not returning anything. Now I want to use the get method to fetch this user. So it is returning nothing because the user has been deleted. If you see here, after first, it is the second user, a third, fourth, fifth. The second user has been deleted. So this is very useful software. Apart from this STS, we need to require this particular software. So run so that you can run different method. These many method it supports. So generally we are using get, post, put, patch, delete. Yeah, above methods we are only using right now. So now this is the popular one. Now we have IntelliJ IDE that is very popular, and so I will show you how you can install and run IntelliJ IDE in the fresh system. I don't have IntelliJ IDE, so I would like to install. Just open up a new tab and type install IntelliJ. IntelliJ download. So click on this very first link and you can download community edition. So we have community as well as ultimate. So if you see this ultimate version, we have these many things, but it is licensee version. So I will use this community edition. Community edition is free to use for personal and commercial development. The ID and most of its bundled plugins are open source licensed under Apache 2. So it is comes under Apache 2 license, and for this we need to purchase. Okay, so I will install this free version and run. Just click on download. I will pause for some times. Once it is download, I will show you how you can install and run this IntelliJ IDE. So now this IDE has been downloaded. Open the folder. Just click on next. Just double click on this executable file. Now it is asking some permission. Yes, I want to install. I will use this default location. Here IntelliJ Community Edition shortcut I want to create, and Java I will be using. That's it. Now click on install. So it will take some time. Meanwhile, I will pause this. These IDs are morely used in the corporate world. So most of the time in the banking domain, IntelliJ ID they are using, and STS is used in service-based companies such as Accenture, Capgemini, Infosys, TCS, etc. Wherever it is required, and small companies as well, these IDs are widely using. So it is almost done. I will run this community edition. I confirm that I have read and accepted. Continue. Don't send. So this version has been installed, and now you can start with new project as well. So one demo application I would like to create. So it will create one demo application for us, and it has this main method here, and hello world application is coming along with this. So now I will run this current file. So it is printing hello world. So as of now we have used these two IDs, Spring Tool Suite, it is similar to Eclipse, and IntelliJ IDE. Now if you want to work in UI based application, it is required to work on sometimes on NetBeans IDE. That is very old IDE. I had been using since in my earlier development when I was working on 2010-12. I usually using NetBeans IDE only. That time STS and IntelliJ was not that much popular. So if you want to work on the desktop based application that which is required some window based UI, so you can use NetBeans as well. So to install NetBeans, you can type NetBeans So this is now Apache NetBeans and I want to install NetBeans. NetBeans 16 I want to download. So click here on this particular ID. You need to click on this first link. I will paste all this link in the description so that you can choose according to you which ID you would like. So here in Apache NetBeans we have advantage of creating UI based application. So it is downloaded. So the Apache NetBeans has been installed here and I will open the folder and try to install this Apache NetBeans so that I can show you how you can create your desktop application with UI. Okay, so it is asking me to next, go to next and I accept, go to next and I will use this default location to install and it is asking JDK location also. So use. So it will take some time to install. Once it is installed, we will create one simple application, one frame application. Okay, it is finished. Now I want to open this Apache NetBeans. Also here, if you see the desktop icon, I want to open this Apache NetBeans. So it is loading now. Okay, fine. Here, if you see, we can create project here. I want to create one Java application, simple Java application. Next. So it is now activating the Java SE module. Here, my first application is login test. So here, just click on. I will keep all these things as default. Okay. So the font is very low. Let me increase the font. Here, file. Okay, in the edit, let's see where is that option. So I just run this application, it is printing hello world. Now I want to create one application which have some UI. So I will create JFrame form and this is my login form. So here if you see, we could see this form here and here I want to create one login form and I want to try to log in this particular application. So here I will use this label. This is working on the drag and drop. One more label here, one text box here. This is nothing but text field and one more label I want and one more password field is required. Let's see where is the password field. Here is we have this password field and one button here to submit the application. So where is that button? So here, that's it. So this is my login form. Here username and here just I am editing the text so that it will look relevant. Here this is my button. The button name is login itself. So once you hit this login button, it will give some output like success or failure. In the design, the field name is jtext field 1 and the password field, I would like to edit this one so that this is my password field, this is my text. Remove this, go to design and remove this text. Okay, so now it looks fine. And if you want to increase the property of it, then you can use this background. So we have different properties for particular thing. So I want to edit the foreground. If you see the color has been changed and I also want to, let's see what are the options are available here. Basically, I'm looking for the font where it is. Okay, the font is null, so I will increase the font 48, I think. I want bold and 36 font. Okay, now it has changed. So this is login form now. And also I want to change this font as well. This is also bold and the size is around 18. Similarly for this also I will change the font as well. Click here, bold. So now it looks good and for button also I will change the font, default font, bold. So here if you want to change the icon and all you can use. Also background, I want background and the text color, foreground color would be white. So now it looks good. So here I just shifted this. Now I will try to run this application and let's see what happens. So now you can see this is my login form, and if I am minor and some password ABC and try to log in, it is not working. So I need to add events to this particular button here. Okay, so to add the events in this particular button, just click here. It is already added one action perform event for us, but we haven't written any code here, so it is not working. So I will create one if condition. If username, if you see here, we have these variables. What is the name of this? So I want to change this variable name. The variable name would be username. Just type changed, and this variable name I also want password. That's it. So I want username to be minor and password is 123456. Then it will success, otherwise it will show you that username and password is incorrect. So if I will get those details, so string username uname is equal to, we have username dot get text. So what we are doing, we are getting details from this text field and converting it into the string. Okay, and I want to get the detail of password is equal to password dot get password, and now I want to pass this characters to this string because it is returning array. I want to create object of string so that we can compare. So we have username and password, whatever password we have entered here, and now based on this username and password I want to write one condition. Let's say uname dot equals ignore case, something like admin, and one more condition for password I want to return, and pwd dot equals ignore case is 12345, something like this. So I have this hard coded username and password, but in the real world this password and this username and password we are getting from the database. So now I don't have database connectivity here, so I will compare whatever the username and password entered by user with admin and this one 12345. So if it is success, then I will move this to home screen. So let me create one more screen here, or one more form, that is home. Okay, so just I'm writing here one thing, that is chat label. This is my home screen. Okay, that's it. Here, if it is successful, then I will open this home form dot. Just I need to open this form, and I want to close this current screen. This dot chat visibility, and this is false, so that it will close this login page and will open this particular page. So if username and password is correct, then it will open this home page. In other case, I want some message so that user will, some information I want to show to the user that username and password is not correct. So for that we have one dialog. So here I want to open J option pane dot so message dialog, something like that. The message type is error, and here message is anything is not correct. Here the message is login failed. This is the title and this is the message. So try to run this application from login page. Just run this. If I am entering 123 some random number ABC and password is also wrong, then so some security reason it is giving some error. What is that? Okay, error message it is asking. So we have some error here. What it requires, once again I need to check. J option pane dot error message. So we need to pass this. So now try to run this, save all, close this window, run again. Randomly I am entering username and password. So it is showing me login failed. Please enter correct username or password. So now my application is working. Now I will enter correct username and password. 12345 login. So it is not opening my form. So here I will set visibility as true so that it will is this home screen. Okay, save all. Once again run this application because I haven't set that for set visibility as true. Admin 12345 login. Now if you see, home screen is coming. So this is how we can develop UI application using Java using this JFrame. AWT and Swing we are using generally. This is the API to develop application using JFrame. or AWT. So this is the basic application how you can log in, but in real world the data is coming from the database. That's it. That is the difference. So today we have discussed how you can start from scratch if you don't have anything installed in your machine. This was the laptop I bought recently and I have installed everything from scratch. I started working from scratch. So according to your need, you can use this IDE if you want a Spring Tool Suite, if you want IntelliJ, and if you want this NetBeans IDE. So these are the three IDE which are widely used in the software development industries, and various companies are using those IDs as of now. Even I have already shown you how you can run your application without any ID using default notepad and JDK. So this video I have shown you. If you want me to explore anything else like in the JFrame, in the Spring Boot side or IntelliJ side, I have worked on all this ID in my corporate career. So I can explain you anything. Please comment me if it is required. You can follow, you can subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.